From Hollywood, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
I love it.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And we are at the NBC website, NBC.com. Several listeners wrote and said, are you going to talk about this today? Well, the answer is yes, I am. Here it is. It's often said that love is blind. But is that really true? If given the chance to choose a woman in her 20s or a 40-something on the prowl, will a man go for youth or maturity? Let me give you the answer to that one. Men will go for the hottest, youngest thing they can find. If a man can choose between a hot 20-year-old and a hot 45-year-old, and they're both equally gettable, man will choose the 20-something girl every time. There's just no doubt about it. Every time. Well, the blurb on the NBC website says, more than just a dating competition, Age of Love is a social experiment based on the question, when it comes to falling in love, does age really matter? By the way, again, see, you know a vagina was involved at least in writing this blurb, if not in actually writing the show and being the middle management on the show, because, you see, men do not go on dates to fall in love. And whether it be The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or any of these so-called reality shows on TV, and now this one, you know, what man goes out at night saying, you know what, I want to fall in love, and then they go out to, what, bars and clubs looking for love? Is that really what guys do? TV's just a big vagina with a cable box on top of it. You know, a box on top of a box. And think about it. Dean just got it. But that's what TV is. It's for chicks. It's largely by chicks, for chicks. And women love to think when they're going out at night they're looking to fall in love. At least the kind of women who sit home watching TV. By the way, if you were a hot chick, you would not be sitting home watching this reality show. You'd be out getting laid. This is for those of you who didn't get asked out on a date. You're sitting home watching this show, Age of Love. By the way, I just have to take each point in this blurb, this essentially a press release. We're not talking about a dating competition or a social experiment. Come on, are you kidding me? Reality shows are phony. They are not real. They contain reality shows contain about as much reality as Hamburger Helper contains ground beef, okay? As I always say, there's a sprinkling of ground beef and a lot of noodles and sauce, okay? There's just no way this is a reality show. By the way, have you seen the guy there on the first episode of this show? And the guy is like this young, relatively hot male. Is he a tennis player? I think he is. Yeah, he's a tennis player. This guy doesn't need to go on TV shows to find hot chicks. And he's not out there looking to fall in love. He's a tennis player who, like, nails chicks. Come on. It says here, hosted by popular actor Mark Consuelos. By the way, you know who Mark Consuelos is besides being the host of this show? This is the guy who has to sit home and listen to Kelly Ripa. This is Kelly Ripa's husband who's the host of this show. And we all know what kind of a brain she is. That's what he sits home listening to all the time. Here's a guy who should have learned the meaning of the term hit it and quit it. Preferably with a bandana around its mouth. Hosted by popular actor Mark Consuelos of All My Children. By the way, do you think there's a man out there who knows All My Children? Yeah. It says here the 8-episode series from 3 Ball Productions. 3 Balls? How about No Ball Productions? By the way, they produced that other big hit series, The Biggest Loser, for NBC. The Biggest Loser is about NBC, I think. It features a new twist on the reality dating show format. Thank you. It says here, this is the blurb, tune in when 7 beautiful, sophisticated women in their 40s playfully nicknamed the Cougars. By the way, there's nothing playful about calling women Cougars. It's all about getting laid. Whether it's them getting laid or you getting laid, I mean, come on. Yeah, playfully called whores. Yes. Vie for the affections of a 30-year-old Australian tennis superstar named Mark Philippoussis. Yes. Who, when he's not on reality shows, is filling a poussis somewhere around town. You know what I'm talking about. Along with 6 fun, enthusiastic women in their 20s called the Kittens. Isn't that cute? You could just see all the little ladies sitting around the room with their hyphenated last names coming up with all this stuff. All these, by the way, you know what it is. It's all these women with hyphenated last names drive Range Rovers. They get their coffee at Starbucks 3 times a day. They breastfeed in the office. And they sit there talking about what might be cute. Yes. It says here, one woman can win Mark's heart. By the way, whose heart could be won in an 8-episode series? Like you're looking for love, and it's like, all right, you've got 8 episodes to find love. I mean, you ever think about this stuff? These shows, Bachelor, Bachelorette, okay, you got 12 episodes, and then you better be in love. Because we're sending you on a honeymoon, so you better be in love by the end of that time. Got it? He's looking for love. Only one woman can win his heart. Maybe none of them win his heart. You know, if it's me and we don't have rules, I go on, I bang all of them. Then I say, you know what? They're just not my cup of tea. And I move on to the next reality show. Then the question here, is she an attractive, experienced woman who knows what she wants and has already carved out a niche on her own? Or is she a sexy younger woman who lacks the experience of her older counterpart, but has an enthusiasm for life that only comes with the inexperience of youth? You could tell that some 45-year-old aging broad who was a big slut in her early years to get into the television business, later married some out-of-work cameraman or some associate producer or something, who now comes in from the San Fernando Valley to write these shows. You can just tell not only who came up with the concept, but this reality show, write this down, we already know the result. We already know the result. This show would not be on the air if it was not to say to all the fatty and fugly 40-somethings out there, you go, girl. You are hot, hot, hot. The one who will, quote-unquote, win his heart which you'll later read on page 826. It turns out that she didn't win his heart and they're not going out anymore. The one that will win his heart will be the 45-year-old sassy attorney or something. You mark my words. You know, the result on this show will be, see that? You don't have to be 20. You can be 40 and fabulous. All those articles you see, in Redbook and stuff, that's going to be the outcome. We already know the outcome of this show. We already know. Speaking of reality shows, look at the names of the people at Three Ball Productions. By the way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys with 3 balls between them. That's probably about right.
One of Lance Armstrong?
Lance Armstrong or Mark Germain, one of those. Anyway, let's see. Age of Love produced by Three Ball Productions. J.D. Roth, who worked on The Biggest Loser and Beauty and the Geek. Todd A. Nelson, who worked on The Biggest Loser and Beauty and the Geek. Adam Greener, who worked on Unanimous. Do you remember that one, Gary? Unanimous? I don't either. And Craig Armstrong, who worked on Survivor and Super Nanny, another reality show. Plenty of reality in it, too. Yeah. So, come on. Don't we already know the ending to this? Does anybody believe this is a real show? Does anybody believe that a really hot Australian tennis player of Greek heritage who looks about as Greek as you can get, does anybody really believe this guy would sit down with, 5 or 6? How many of these women are on one side? 7 American chunksters in their 40s who are supposed to be hot and sophisticated. When they sit down with this guy who's probably going all over Europe nailing anything that moves, he sits down with them and he's going to find love. Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe that? Well, the average moronic woman who also is concerned about the latest on the Anna Nicole story and the Paris Hilton story, they're the women who are going to be tuning into this. But a guy's going to be watching this show? Straight men? Come on. Come on. Does anybody believe this is a real reality show that contains actual reality?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Yo, Tommy, I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah, Donnie.
You need a sidekick on the broadcasting station?
No, I don't.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. And we're talking about this new NBC show called Age of Love, another so-called reality show. And in this one, of the vaginas who work behind the scenes, I believe that you put a bunch of 40-something women in front of a hot Australian tennis player of Greek heritage, and he'll choose one of the 40-somethings over the 20-something younger women that he can choose from. Yes, and they're all vying, as of course, as on all these shows, nobody's looking to get laid. These women are looking, they're vying to win his heart, as it always says in these promos. You gotta be kidding. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Gustavo. Gustavo, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Dad. How you doing today?
Doing okay, son.
Oh, that's great to hear, Dad. You know what? I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. Just want to let you know that you are truly the father I never had.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Anyways, I was calling because, as I was letting your producer know, I work with nothing but females or whatnot, and they are just so brainwashed by this TV and magazine crap. It's so funny because they'll read this stuff and they'll buy it, and I'm thinking in my head, like, dude, if you look somewhat cool as a dude, you're going to get laid by so many females. It's not even funny. And these fuckers believe everything the magazines and TV is telling them,
It's a dream of those 40-somethings that they could win the heart of a hot, young 30-year-old tennis player from another country.
And what's funny is, like, they'll take a guy, I don't know if you remember The Bachelor with Matt Leinart, used to play it for USC.
Yeah.
And these females are so hot, they're smoking, but they're crying for him, talking about how they love him. And these are the same females who would turn you down in a second if you were like a regular type Joe Schmo, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And it's just so funny to see guys like Matt Liner and this tennis player just go on there and just kind of do what they got to do. I hope they lay him all. And like you said, get with none of them. Talking about it's not my.
But that's not what's. You know, that's not what's going to happen. He's going to give them a rose. He's going to give them flowers, and he's going to give them gifts. When the fact is, he's the hot one who's going around the world playing professional tennis. They should be giving him gifts.
Big time, just to even breathe the same air he does, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. You know what? I just wanted to let you know, Tom, you are the best. Just want to let you know, there are hot females who listen to your show. A coworker of mine, Alexis, she is so hot. We talk about you all the time, and she agrees with everything you say. It's mostly the fuggies who kind of don't agree with you, so.
Well, of course.
If you could take me out Kobe style with a thank you, Jesus, that'd be awesome.
I certainly can.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
Thank you, Jesus.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. This is James on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Dad.
Son.
How's it going?
Great.
I just wanted to comment on just the whole reality TV show thing. I haven't watched this one, and I try to stay away from TV. But this new one, this Army Housewives thing, I've heard some people talking about it at work, mostly, you know, older women and all that. And I'm sorry, I served in the military. I've seen Army Housewives. They do not look like any girl on this show at all. They all sit at home and get fat, much like a lot of girls who watch TV all the time, constantly.
Uh-huh.
It's I don't know. It's an epidemic. It's craziness. That's all I want to say, really.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Tom on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
You know, I'd like to think that this is real because it gives some of these ladies little inspiration. Because I'm a courier, and when I'm dropping off these documents all day long to corporate America, I see these women that are 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight. Ladies, go to the gym. You can land somebody like that, but you got to do something to get it. Take me out old school, Tom.
Here you go, Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Tony on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
Hey, Tom, I wanted to call and let you know, finally somebody's talking about this. My girlfriend and I have a bet that if this guy picks this some 40-year-old chick, I told my girlfriend that I would marry her. We've been together for about a year and a half. I know
Wait. Tony, you're going to lose.
Dad, I'm safe. There's no way that this guy is going to pick a 40-year-old.
Tony, listen to me.
A 20-year-old.
You have not been listening to what I've been saying. Reality shows are not real. They are fake. They are fake.
I hear you, but
the ending for this show was written before they picked the contestants.
God, I hope not.
I'm telling you.
Let me tell you the other side of the bet. If I win and he picks what every man in America knows he's supposed to pick, then her little hot friend, Stacy, is going to come over to the house, and we're all going to have a little party.
I'm telling you, Tony, don't be holding your breath for that. It's not happening.
You telling me I made a sucker's bet, Dad?
You absolutely did. What made you think reality shows are real?
All right, well, I got some stuff I need to go take care of then. Can you take me out Kobe style?
Of course. Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. We're talking about the NBC series Age of Love. Everybody's been writing to me about this. Come on. The ending has already been decided before they film a single episode. This young, hot tennis player, I guarantee, will pick the 40-something fugly over the hot 20-something. No doubt about it. That is the ending. These shows are as scripted as Gone with the Wind. Trust me when I tell you, these are fiction. Don't be making any bets based on a reality show. Don't be doing that. Davis on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Davis.
I used to work at a tennis resort down in the Palm Springs area, and they had a tennis tournament there each year. And I happen to have met Mark Philippoussis when he was active on the circuit, as well as any of the other young, albeit hot tennis players. And at night, they'd be in the bar area, and they were leaving with a different girl every night. And, they're
of
going
course.
up to the room. And, I mean, for God's sakes, he's got his pick of the most beautiful women around. And let me tell you, these women that they were leaving with were smoking hot. These are tennis stars. These are the people who track this stuff are hot women. It's not like you got some kind of a rock and roll roadie who's just like some skag. I mean, these are hot chicks.
Yes, write it down. This guy has been paid $100,000 or $150,000 by the producers, and he's going to do what he's told. He's going to follow the script, and in the end, he's going to pick some 40-something chick, and she's going to say that she's won his heart, and then later on, he'll move on and continue to do what he's been doing his whole life.
Exactly. I mean, why wouldn't he? I mean, of course he's going to nail each one of the 40-year-olds because they're all desperate, and he's going to nail all the 20-year-olds because, I mean, that's his game. That's what he does.
Well, put it this way. They are co-workers. Maybe he won't be doing that for fear of a lawsuit. But I will say this, that in the real world, you nail all of them, and then you say, you know what, none of them are my taste.
Exactly.
That's what you do in the real world.
I mean, what's his real motivation to find love, for God's sake?
Yeah, please. He's going to go. By the way, he's going to go on NBC to find love.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Take me out old school, Tom.
All right, Davis, here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom Leykis, how you doing?
Great.
I got a comment for you. Look back at, like, the Ashton Kutchers out there and these little guys that have been raised by mommies their whole life. They're not going to look for a young girl. They're going to look for a woman that's been pushing them around, handsy-pansying them. That is a good scenario, too, correct?
Well, yeah.
I mean, you got to, if you look at it, most of the males that have been living around in Los Angeles area, everybody's divorced. They're all getting raised by their mom. So now you got this bitchy old broad telling this kid what to do. So if this guy got raised by some lady with no father figure, what you always preach, he's going to end up dating this old cougar that thinks she's really hot. They need to send out the pasture. You eat and pick fresh fruit. You don't date the old wrinkle stuff that's in the refrigerator.
Right.
You go out for all the fresh stuff.
That's exactly right.
I mean, I'm older, and I don't go out with anything that's my age. I refuse to. There's no reason why.
The only reason you wouldn't is if you couldn't afford it.
That's true, too. Even if you can't afford it, if you got a quick tongue on you, the 3 Bs, the bicep, the brains, or the bucks, any one of those three, you can still get a hot-looking broad,
Fat old chicks are for undereducated, underperforming, low-income guys. Poor guys get the older, fatter chicks. That's just the way it is.
This is very true. And the older chicks, looking for a younger guy thinking, I'm in my prime. I want to date somebody that's, that's in their prime. No, you're just looking for a guy because you're already over the hill and you can't get anything in your age.
By the way, even most guys I know who go out cougar hunting, these guys aren't looking for love. They're looking for sex.
Oh, well, yeah, because they know they're going to put out because the young chick's going to want a house, a car, some kind of toys to fend for before she gives up the nookie,
Right.
Oh, completely. I mean, we're on the Chatsworth area, and we go out in the Woodland Hills area and over and all these old bars out there. All you see is this blue-haired old lady trying to dress 19, and it's kind of pathetic. The waitresses walk around, and they're the hot ones. Those are the ones you want to pick up on. You don't want to pick up on the chick on the bar.
Right.
Not at all.
That's exactly right, Brian. Thank you for that. Stacy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
My comment is, I think the show, it's definitely geared towards women. It's trying to give those women, the fugly women at home sitting on their ass, sitting on their bottom, a little bit of hope.
You can say ass.
Okay. Trying trying to give them a little bit of hope that, you know, maybe they can get that, you know, 30-something piece of tight, you know, sweaty, you know, kind of thing. So I definitely think that's what it is. And I'd like to say I agree with everything you say. The only time I have a hard time with it is when I look at my 3-year-old son and wonder, wow, you know, am I going to want him to wine and dine a girl? But then I think, well, no, because there is a lot of scandalous women out there, so I kind of flip-flop every once in a while.
That's right.
Hey, would you take me out Kobe style?
Of course I will. Here you go, Stacey.
Oh. This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
The only thing God did, he screwed up with a woman, gave her a brain.
Are you suggesting on a woman a brain is like tonsils? They don't really do anything. You can have them removed?
Yeah.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Hollywood, the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking about the new NBC reality show, Age of Love. First of all, does anybody believe there's any reality on this show? A hot 30-year-old tennis player of Greek heritage from Australia, complete with accent, meets 7 40-something women and 7 20-something women. They're all vying for his heart. Anybody believe the ending isn't fixed? He's going to pick the 40-something chick. Of course he is. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Chelsea on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello. I'm Chelsea, Tom.
I know, I just said that.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
This is Chelsea on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello. Well, I'm a little bit distressed, Tom. I'm 21. I'm hot. I'm an entertainer. Everything's great. But
you mean you're wait? You're a stripper?
No, I'm a singer, Tom.
When women say they're an entertainer, they're usually a stripper.
Oh, no, not me.
All right.
But I'm feeling a little bit distressed because I'm hearing you talk about these women and realizing that monogamy may not be a possibility. Do you think that's the case?
I think monogamy is rare today. I do.
Well, especially when there are reality shows promoting sex all over the place.
Reality shows are just a reflection of the kinds of things that people believe. The most successful television programming or films are those that mirror our hopes and dreams.
Right. Does life imitate
and our
art
perception?
Or art imitate life? Right.
I do not believe that. I do not believe
they sell what we buy.
That's exactly right. I don't believe that reality shows have caused this to happen. I think the reality shows have been tailored to the mentality of America.
Okay, so then the reality for me, a 21-year-old, is that I better live it up because my value is short.
Yes, your value depreciates over time until you get to be 30 when it falls off a cliff.
Tom.
I'm telling you, you want I'll give you a reality show right now.
Oh, you're breaking my heart, Tom.
Well, darling, do you plan to be unmarried into your 30s? Is that your plan?
Well, if I am married in my 30s, I don't even want to be married in my 30s if my husband wants to go find 20-year-olds all over.
Well, then what you do is you got to marry a guy who's less educated, less wealthy, less successful.
No,
a guy who can't get young women.
Lesbian, you've settled it.
Well, that's the way it is. You got to, you want, it's like somebody asked me recently, they said, you know what, women are just a bunch of sluts these days, just a bunch of cheats. I say, well, why don't you go date women who are like religious or women who, oh no, that would be boring.
Oh my God. Well, So it's a less of two evils, is what you're saying?
Well, I mean, put it this way. In that case, I just gave to you. If you can't find women who are loyal, you have to look at some unorthodox places, like a church basement.
No.
Yes.
No.
I mean, look how many guys call this show. We talked about this on Friday and other days of the week. Look how many guys call in. They've got a girlfriend. She's got a MySpace page.
I'm a non-MySpacer.
That's great. But,
I have to admit.
But you're in the minority, darling.
I'm sorry?
You're in the minority.
Oh, I realize that, yeah.
Let's take the woman I knew who was a part owner of a family business. She was dating me. And then I found out she had a MySpace page. And I said, what do you need a MySpace page for? Here's what she says to me. She says, I use it to network for my business. Okay? And then I said, well...
Her business as an entertainer?
Well, no. It was a family business, like a car lot or something like that. Okay. Anyway, I said, well, why would people, your potential customers, need to know that you're 5'3" and a Scorpio? And that you like margaritas? Does that help you sell product?
Well, I think it has to do with people being wrapped up in image and sort of just putting their own image on a market. It's weird.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're on the market even after they meet people. You understand, this woman I'm talking about was dating me. Yet she had a MySpace page, and she is talking about her height and what her astrological sign is, what kind of animal she likes.
Well, she's toying around with it.
Well,
Maybe
guess what? Then again, that if you want to do that, that's great, because now I know what I'm going to do in my spare time. I'll be putting it out there, too.
Throw it out there, Tom.
Well, that's my point. That's why nowadays I tell guys, why bother falling in love? Why bother getting involved with somebody? They're going to hurt you.
Well, bother? I can't help it. I'm a girl. I swoon. I can't help it, especially when they're Australian and tennis players.
You swoon? Oh, you know what? You'll be watching this show? Well, how will you feel about the guy picking a 40-something cougar?
Huh?
That's the outcome of this show. Is that
cougar.
Cougar.
No. I think I'm the 20-something cougar.
You
so
are, but I'm telling you, this show, the ending, I'm telling you, the ending is decided. You can tell by reading the promo.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
The ending will be hot young tennis player picks older, wiser, more experienced 40-something cougar.
And then all of the 40-somethings will watch NBC for years to come.
Because, guess what? This is not a reality show. They don't want an ending where the guy does what all guys do. They pick the youngest, hottest chick that's put in front of them.
No. They want an ending that's going to get viewers.
He's going to say, they'll have this guy, it'll be scripted, he's going to say all the things. Mark my words, anybody who watches the show knows I'm right. He'll be saying all the things that women dream of a guy saying, you know. I'm looking for more than just sex. I'm looking for more in my life. I'm done playing and I'm ready to settle down. And things like that. And all these women will giggle and...
Oh, he's so cute.
Right.
Well, I don't know. That's depressing, Tom. My boyfriend's telling me that I shouldn't talk to guys because they don't want to be my friend.
That's right. He's right.
I know. Well, it's hard to cope with.
Well, that's the reality. You think these guys are talking to you for their health? They've got friends already.
But my value is only sexual to men. Is that the case?
Dear, it's sexual until they get sex from you, and then maybe they want more.
And then they want more sex or more?
Well, maybe they want a relationship after they get sex.
I think that's my question. Is what, you know, they want a relationship, but not through the decades.
No, they don't want, but the thing is, they don't want a friendship. And by the way, I've said this on the show before, that's borne out by the phrase, just friends.
Yeah.
It indicates settling for less. Oh, no, we're not dating. We're just friends.
Oh, Tom. Rough days.
Who wants to be just anything?
I guess I'll just have to be a businesswoman.
You know, I'm not a college graduate. I'm just high school. I'm not a rich guy. I'm just middle class. We're not dating. We are just friends.
So all the MySpace hoes will be hitting you up.
Oh, dear. They all hit me up. They all hit me up, darling.
I hit you up, Tom.
Really?
Yeah, well, here I am. I called you.
Oh, well, you haven't really hit me up
I
yet.
said, this guy's funny. I got to call him and ask him about monogamy.
Until I feel your palm on my ass, you have not really hit me up.
Oh, well.
Give that some thought.
In one sense of the phrase.
Yes. All right, darling, thank you.
Okay, bye, Tom.
Appreciate the call. Maria on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
I wanted to say that, unlike the last caller, I really think it's not depressing at all that women and men go to the highest bidder. Because we have the best people suit up with the best people. It's natural and it's wonderful. I waitressed in Scottsdale at a very nice place, and I was hit on constantly by the people that I waited on. And the biggest difference between the younger men and the older men was that the younger men would hit on me, and they would sort of do this jackass spiel. And the older men came after me in a much more suave manner. And when you have a girl who's very smart and very good-looking, she's going to go to somebody who's not young and dumb. And it's wonderful. And my guy friends who are my age all have girls who are a bit younger than me because that's those girls are the highest bidder to them. And it's wonderful. I think it's great.
Yeah. People shouldn't kid themselves, especially these 40-something, the fat and fuglies. First of all, guys who are in their 40s and 50s, they're going to take the 20-somethings. Let's start with that.
Yeah, that's well, yes, and it's not because I'm after a guy who's 50. He has all the other things that I'm after.
Right.
And quite frankly, I have things that other girls can't offer.
What's that?
I'm really smart and I'm really good looking.
Really smart doesn't do anything for guys.
Okay, I'm really good looking and I've got a great body.
Okay, you got a great body. What do you look like?
Well, my dad is Hawaiian, my mom is white, so I have this sort of strange ethnic thing going on. Great ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so this is why I get much nicer guys than a lot of other girls.
See, when women talk about being smart, it means they're never going to shut up.
Me?
No, when women talk about being smart, it means they're never going to shut up.
Oh, well, I'm actually smart.
Women who are smart...
I like to be quiet.
Women who are smart generally lord it over the guys they're with. They can't shut up about it.
Well, I don't think those girls are really smart. I think they just like to talk about being smart.
Well, you explain it to them because I see this stuff all the time. Maria, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Wayne on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing there, Tom?
Great.
I just want to give you a call. I am a textbook example of what you're talking about. I was the loser 5 years ago. Had a woman about 9 years. My senior took me in like a lost puppy, treated me like I was a kid. And as I got my act together, started doing some financial success here. I got tired of that routine and found a hot younger honey. And I said, you know what, got to go have some fun now. And it's textbook, man. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Wayne, love it, as you know. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. If you got that, tom@blowmeuptom.com. Don't ever forget this. Anytime you want to hear our show streaming live, between 3 and 8 p.m. Pacific time, go to blowmeuptom.com and click on the Listen Live button.
The Tom Leykis Show.